Hello and good evening. My name is Jeremy Hilburn, and today I'm going to discuss teasing and bullying in our society. First, I want to say that teasing and bullying is only getting worse, and it's only getting worse because of the keyboard warriors that exist, or as I like to call them, the biggest and strongest fighting force on the planet. If you post a picture or a reel or a story or a job ad on LinkedIn or Glassdoor, you better get ready, because those comments are coming, right? Everyone's going to try to be cute. Everyone's going to try to be coy. Everyone's going to try to have the best one-liner. When at the end of the day, that negative emotion, it's 7 times harder to get over that than it is a positive one. And as somebody who works for a nonprofit, I noticed that some of my positivity posts don't get a lot of traction, right? I don't have a lot of engagement. Yet if I posted something like, hey, the Mets suck, I hope the Dodgers win, I better get ready because they're coming for me, right? Because I allowed that tease or that negativity to come back because I started off a little negative, right? Yes, I want my quote team to win, but I'm not going to degrade anybody that follows that team or call them stupid or senseless or whatever the case may be, right? That's just not in my nature. And so that brings me into teasing. I believe that teasing is a very negative thing. I say that as a very sarcastic, very cynical individual. I have to catch myself at times from teasing people. I know that it comes from a good place for me, but I'm not real sure how that receiver is actually going to receive that message, is how it's going to make them feel. So I don't tease as much as I do, right? I don't say a lot of the things that I used to think were cute or kick-ass or funny or whatever. I just don't do it. I keep them to myself. But a lot of people don't have that resolve, right? A lot of people would just rather think they're being funny, think they're being cute, and say something in a teasing manner. But at the end of the day, again, how did that receiver receive that information? How did that make them feel? I think that's something that we don't ask a lot of the times. We just sort of do and then expect you to, oh, I didn't have bad intentions. I can't believe you took that the wrong way. Well, that was how you interpreted it, but how did that other person interpret it, right? Like we're not critically thinking about some of the words we use. I know that something that I've had to work on in my own personal life is always. That's a huge word, right? To say that I always do something. No. I mean, you can't even use breathing, right? Because after I die, I won't always be breathing. And so, again, the gravitas of a single word is something that we need to pay attention to. And I think that teasing leads to bullying. And bullying, we know the statistics about suicide and depression and how this all works. And that's not where I really want to go with this video. But I do want to talk about how that receiver actually receives that information, how it makes them feel, right? Because at the end of the day, words are tied to an emotion because they came from us, right? They came from our brains, and we stated this statement or said this word. And it is something that I think that we need to sort of focus in a bit more on, is just remembering, I might think this is a really funny story or a really kick-ass statement or something along those lines, but is it really? Because my audience might take it differently. Whether my audience is 1,000 people or 2, right? Maybe even 1. Maybe even yourself, right? You ever tease yourself or bullied yourself? It's a terrible path to go down. Again, to sort of wrap up, bullying and teasing, I don't ever think are going to go away. Unfortunately, I think they're only going to get worse, as proved in some of the readings we did today. Or, as I tell people, just log on to Twitter. You'll find it, right? That's my take on bullying and teasing. Thank you so very much for allowing me to create this video. And thank you all. Bye-bye.